Hello everybody, welcome back to my playground, aka Mai has no idea how to do YouTube, yay! So this week for Cat Quest, we decided to play with my brother, the chinchilla, over at Hugs and Cusses, link in the description if I remember and if he's important enough for me to remember. Anyways, so in playing with my brother, we had to each learn new settings on how to add people in audio and stuff, and in doing that, apparently my microphone got disabled. So we're going to do a bit of a highlights episode today. Yay! Because I don't want all that footage to get lost, because it was fun to play. Anyways, also sorry about the background. It matches my shirt. I know that. I'm sorry. I was not prepared for anything clearly. So let's get on to the episode. Alright, so the first order of business, of course, was start the game, wake up, and have my brother learn some of the controls.
Okay. Dodge roll.
Once we got a feel for the game a little bit, we headed over to this guy for the level 23 quest, where he asked us to take care of some treasure.
Bark.
So after doing a little bit more testing by Mr. Chinchilla, or I guess Mr. Wolf in this case, we followed the arrow to where we needed to go. And once we got over to the spot, we started getting all the extra stuff that we needed, money and experience of things we destroyed. And then we met... It's Jerry, the Talking Skull. Anyone who knows that game, comment below. So we had a Talking Skull that we had to do a quest with. He says he has a treasure box. He can't remember where he put it, but he definitely wants his body back before he can do anything else. So that's our next quest, getting the rest of his body.
Bark. I pick up bone.
So we head over to the next little spot. Of course, my brother didn't want to follow me too much. He wanted to play around with things.
Wow, yeah, that, oh, but that's a lot more damage.
So we went and we found Jerry's body. Or at least some arms. Got a little tired, so we went back to town to the original cat that we talked to. Ah yes, Barkson. Oh, Barkson says that Jerry can stay with him for a while, and he gives us a fancy little hat. Of course, Mr. Hugs needed to put on the new hat, and I think I'll call my brother Mr. Hugs now since he's from Hugs and Cusses. So Mr. Hugs had to put on the new hat since it's for the mage before we could continue any further.
Okay, I've got my awesome hair. We're good. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun.
So we went back to Barkson, and Mr. Jerry is all healed up. So we decided to take on the level 28 quest. And he decides his name isn't Jerry anymore, it's Pandora. And yeah, the rest of them's in a tomb nearby, so we have to go and get him. So off we go to the tomb.
Ow! Medic!
Oh. And of course, Mr. Hugs has absolutely no idea how weak he is as mage, and promptly dies. Pandora has decided that he remembers he hung around a cat named Moth, and the two of them made, did some with the treasure chest together. Anyways, we enter the cave. So he thinks that the treasure chest... Or no, I'm sorry, we're looking for his body. So Mr. Pandora has decided that his body is somewhere in this cave, and I decide to stay safe and stay at a distance, but no, Mr. Hugs is not that strong to keep me safe.
Okay, one second. I don't like this.
Part of the quest, we had to fight this sarcophagus guy who has a very prominent butt. But after playing around, we couldn't figure out what he was resisting. Obviously physical attacks, but I was trying my fire and stuff too, and it kept saying resisting. So we played around for a bit to try to figure that out, and then we had a brilliant idea. we figured that these laser things are clearly super strong if they're killing us pretty quickly. So of course I got hit. We decided to see if it would hurt him, and it actually does. And me. So we just kind of took him back and forth until we could actually kill him, because nothing else was really working. And then we got Pandora's body. And of course, it's like Pandora's box. They opened the box. They got a proper speech.
Very proper.
And then his body's not friendly. Of course, we have to kill the body.
Ah! Heals.
And killing his body was much easier than killing the sarcophagus guy. So, we tried to put them all together again. So it turns out that Pandora, his friend Moth, actually gave, he opened the box and gave the cats magic, and then the wolves got all angry, and they all started attacking each other, basically. I think it said the wolves got intelligence or something. Anyways, they started fighting, because it's Pandora's box, get it, Pandora? Anyways, and then he remembers that his friend is gone. He was killed by another cat. So I lied. They were actually, the cats and the dogs were both gifted with speech when they opened the box. But then I guess Moth opened the box by himself, and the cats were gifted magic. And then the dogs were gifted science. I totally know what I'm talking about. But anyways, they fought and they ended up hurting each other, and his friend is gone. So we meet Pandora outside. He's sad that he had lost his friend. He gives us a sword, and he lets us know to find him again. And quest complete, yay! But the weapon he gave me is actually kind of useless, so not using it.
I do love how they just got flop over.
Not wanting to, do any more levels that are too hard, decide to check the map to see if there's anything else, which there's not. There's just level 30 or above at this point. So we decide to just go where we need to go over in Wolf World.
Yay! We got this.
This Wolf, Amadeus, Wolfgang.
Amadeus.
And he's a bard! And he wants to get past the wall. So we decide to try it. They need some permits, but they're expensive, so we're going to go and get them some counterfeits. Oh, and of course there's a password. This is the password. It's pretty good. So I told Mr. Hugs to remember that, which he better. And we head off to go find the friend. And I just realized something for later. The lines in the sand, I think, are different, either different territories or they're just dunes. Because I think we need to follow them earlier. Like, in my brain, I go, hey, but there's a line here. We're not supposed to follow those. After beating a bunch of cacti, of course we find the informant, and we have to say the password.
Heard.
That was beautiful! Let me pounce out to a safer place so we can talk.
Safer place. We just killed everything.
So he gives us some counterfeit permits, and he loves our singing. So, back off to Wolfgang we go. And of course, Wolfgang is happy with us and gives us a bard hat.
I might want that hat.
Needless to say, Mr. Hugs also has to put that on.
I'm a bard.
Since there's not many other quests to do, I decide that we're going to follow the arrow. Again, we meet our dear friend Speary. After killing some cactuses. And it's actually not Speary, it's Kiri. I keep thinking he's Speary, like in the last game. Anyway, so we see Wolfen and he's doing stuff. I'm pretty sure we did this quest last time, if I remember right. Pretty sure we did. I died. So we go on to complete that quest. They're a nice little army to try and kill us, which doesn't really work for them. And the guard begs for mercy, which we have to give to him because we have to. Going off the last episode, we head over to that cave because we were trying to get into that town there. So, knowing that we had to go to this cave, and also thinking that those lines in the ground are where we're supposed to be going, you know, a nice little map and not a border like I kept thinking it was. Talk to this guy, because I remember we had to before. Yeah, and he says to go through the cave. So we go through the cave. And like the good little sister I am, I let Mr. Hugs go through first. And we promptly die. This time in the cave, I decide to be smart. And I tell Mr. Hugs to, oh, just come lure them over here. And we'll do like we did with the sarcophagus. And just have them go into the lasers. But they won't actually go that far. But thankfully, Mr. Hugs does magic. So, he starts taking them on while I sit here and watch patiently. Eventually, I do have to follow where we see one of these little things that says, awaken thy power, and we actually get a new attack. Between the two of us, we decide that since I'm the one doing all of the power magic, I was going to take it, so that way the dog can stay the healer, and it's a wind attack, so I take it. In the cave, we decide we have to find the Farfetch'd Saiyans. I let my brother know that that other exit would just take us back to the beginning. He didn't believe me, so he had to do it again. I told him to just go ahead and do it himself, and then we learned if we're too far away from each other, we really can't see anything. And I come to find out I'm wrong. It actually did take us somewhere else. It took us to Hato Doggo's place. I'm very confused though, because I thought we had to get behind here to actually do something. Because don't forget, I'm still trying to follow the lines on the ground, the lovely border lines. And remembering from the last episode where I had to get back here, that's what I thought we were doing. After running around in circles for a very long time, we finally decided that maybe we should go back. After finally going back and finding the Farfetch'd Saiyans, we meet Hato Doggo, as my brother liked to remind me that's how it should be said. And of course, we have to fight him, and so we do. And of course, Hato finds out we're the King's Blood Princes, whatever. And he invites us back to his house, so off we go. In going to his house, it is very obvious he's supposed to be some kind of a ninja, and not a really bad Mojo Jojo reference. So we meet Hato-san. And Kit Kat is apparently cruel and heartless. We make sure that he knows that we can't make the King's Blade without him, so he does it. He also tends to give us hot dog puns, which of course there's a hot dog in the scene, so I guess he really likes them. So he tells us to go to some ruins and we'll find a shard in there. Oh, and he also tells us we need to upgrade his weapons. So of course, we have to upgrade our weapons first. After doing some, after deciding that I'm going to take all the money for myself before he can do anything, I decide, you know what, that's kind of mean. We should split it in half.
I think the real question is it the same cost increase for everyone?
After doing some calculations, I figure out exactly how much is going to be half of the money for each of us.
Can I upgrade my fireball? Yes, he does. Upgrade my... Look, a distraction. Ah.
So I work out the math. I decide how much money we can each spend. Upgrade mine. and then allow my brother to upgrade his. And then I promptly learned he has taken all my money.
No! Fine, you can heal yourself.
So I restart the game. Because of course I'm going to restart the game.
Hey, my weapon was already the higher level.
We haven't saved, right? Everything will be fine, right? It's not like we saved before then, before upgrading. So head back into Hato's place.
Great, you got Hato Doggo repeating himself. You know how he loves to do that. Huh. I think it's saved. I think it's saved.
And
we've got
it did
112
save.
gold.
You took all my money.
20 fireball.
All my money. All my money.
With the Mjolnir wand?
Not only did he take all the rest of my money, he has a higher level than I do in his weapon, which is not what I wanted, because the wolf is just going to be, he's just going to go back to being a healer. So, needless to say, I was very upset. It turns out, I thought what had happened was he switched out my blade at the last second, so I ended up spending money on a different blade. That's not actually what happened. Now that I'm looking back at it, the prices were two different prices. I thought that they were the same when I was doing the math. So that's why his stupid wand got higher than mine. So I was very upset. He took all my money. He has a stronger weapon. My weapon's not as strong. I have no money to upgrade it to match his. And that's basically where we end the game, is arguing that he stole all my money. And I still think he stole all my money because he's my older brother, and that is what older brothers do. So, anyways, that was Cat Quest 2 with Mr. Hugs. Next time, we know what happens, why my audio went bad. Not sure when we're going to play this together again, but next time when we do, we'll make sure that all the audio is working so that you get both of our commentaries, and then we don't have to do another recap episode. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye!